Hey YouTube, Eastridge Hiker here. I've got some different videos coming up, and or some a different type of video, I guess. Uh, but I guess this is going to be the first one. So what I have here is a bunch of different knives that I have done, either things to the knives, things to the sheaths, uh, just little projects. I like to just mess around with stuff if I don't like it, or try to make it better, if I do like it. But anyway, I'm going to try to make this quick because there's a lot of knives here. Uh, if you follow my channel, you've seen a lot of these knives before um, with my reviews, but obviously you haven't seen the changes. That's what this video is about. So we'll start with the ones I'm working on still, that I'm not finished with. This is the Comwero survival hunting knife. Let me get to focus here. Oh, it's not going to for me. Oh, anyway, it's a D2 steel knife. I've used the crap out of it. It has done really well. It's held up. Nothing's broken. But I've changed the handle. What I still have left to do is liners. If you see, let's see if I can get this to zoom. I mean, focus, whatever. A little bit. But you can see it's sticking out. Where I textured this grip, these scales, because it was slick. And so I textured it. And then my plan was to make it thicker anyway, because, it's kind of a thin grip. It's very comfortable. There's nothing wrong with it. I just wanted it, something a little different. It was just plain black. And so I did that to it, but I'm going to put some liners of some sort. I haven't decided what color, if I'm going to do a color or what yet. But to pull this out flush is my goal. And then, thicken it. And I did away with the sheath for this. I love the sheath for this. So, which you'll see it in a minute. And I replaced it with this BPS Knives leather sheath. Simply because I gave this knife to my girlfriend. And you see it does great in there. It's like it was made for it. But anyway, I gave it to her. She doesn't carry it on her belt. And that one, you have to take your belt on and off. I wear a carry belt for a firearm. And so it's a kind of a pain to take it on and off because, I have a gun on. And I have that belt. And it's a different type of belt. It goes two different directions, Velcro, blah, blah, blah. So I switched it out with the BPS Knives sheath. And this is the BPS knife. Oh. Whoa, man. I'm getting smoked out. It is... I've got a fire going here, and it is really kicking my butt. Coming right at me. Okay, so here's the sheath. This is not the original clip. This clip is from this knife, Holtzman Gorilla. We'll talk about that. I've got a review coming up on that too that I'm still editing. But anyway, so I got this sheath. I attached these little survival card things. This smoke, oh my gosh. I'm jumping back and forth around this thing, this tripod thing, to try to dodge smoke. But anyway, back to the sheath. So this is a lot different. It's Kydex though, so I was able to, just use a heat gun, reform it, repress it, and it wasn't too bad. The knives are similar in size, so it wasn't bad. I shortened it up a little bit, and then I made this Kydex holder for my, I guess you call it, I don't know, sheath attachment for my ferro rod, which I made this handle for this ferro rod, and put the shot cord on it. But I thought these are, you know, just something fun. You never know. It's something to play with. You never know when I might want to go fishing and don't have anything to fish with. But it does great. I chose this, you know, I wanted to change because this is so much easier to get on and off of my belt. And then, as you can see, it locks in. It's definitely not going anywhere, no sound. Well, I don't know. You tell me. There's no sound. But love the sheath. Love that clip. So this is 3 different knife companies total with this knife set up. And then the knife itself, this is the BPS HK5, or yeah, HK5, hunting knife 5. Changed the scales, torched them, darkened them, sanded them down, give them some different kind of look. They were just plain walnut. I lessened the finger grooves. I removed this one. Of course, I put this bow drill divot. This is actually a I don't know what you call that thing, but it's how you mount a strap to an electric guitar or an acoustic guitar. Strap button, I guess is what I'm gonna call it. And I cut the bottom off. It's this shape, and then it's got a flat spot on the bottom that widens out, so you put a screw in, screw it into the guitar. But I did that to it. JB welded that in there. Slimmed down this a little bit. The grips were a little rough. The grips itself wasn't rough, but you know, it wasn't real flush. So I smoothed it out, made it look better, or feel better, and look better in my opinion. But that is my opinion. It's my knife. So added the survival cord lanyard, and then I tried to loosen this hump just a bit, not too much. Made that flush and added jimping, if that'll focus. I did not add this little thumb divot. It was already like that. I just added jimping. I like jimping. Give me some grip. But I think that's all I did to this knife. I like to tinker with stuff, so it's hard for me not to do something to my stuff, as sad as that is. But I love the setup. It's my go-to. Obviously, it's got my giant ferro rod on it and everything, but love it. Easy on and off. This one I'm still working on. This was what was it called? Morph Steelware from Morph Industries. You know, gimmicky Damascus steel hunting knife, I think is what they branded it as. It had a weird blade shape that I didn't like. It had this rhinoceros horn thing. I don't know what it was supposed to be. It's a hunting knife. If hunters maybe know, bone crusher, skull crusher, I don't know what it is. But I had to change the blade shape completely to something I liked, something I found useful. I'm still working on the blade, the geometry. You know, I don't have anything as far as proper tools. I don't have any kind of belt sanders or anything like that. Everything I did here, everything I do with like a heat gun, a Dremel, sandpaper, file, you know, by hand. But this had a weird shaped handle, weird shaped blade. I completely changed the handle. I'm going to put pictures of these originally too, so you can see. But it is so much more comfortable now. So it was weird. It was kind of it was rounded and flared out real big at the bottom, but I didn't like it. Either way, I hated it. And the sheath was terrible. It sucked so bad. So I made a sheath out of some Kydex that I had from an old gun holster that I don't own anymore. This is the clip from the Comb-Wero knife from that sheath originally. I've got it loose right now just so you can see this, you know, scout style or whatever. But I made that. It locks in, no rattle, good retention. So I don't know if I'll ever carry this thing, but I set it up to where maybe I will if I can get this blade right. I get a belt sander or something. Maybe I'll get one day. Hopefully. It's on the wish list. The next one is this one. I do have a review coming up on this one too. This is a Oyezi, Oyezi. I think they might market it as a bushcraft knife, handmade. They did a good job with the handle is super comfortable. It's a weird shape, but it's very comfortable. It's weird down here, but I kind of dig it. The blade was very like what's it, rustic, I guess would be the best word for it. So as you can see, it's got this these grooves in it. It was all like black powder. I don't know what it was. I'm guessing some sort of powder coat. I don't know, because it's Mova, M-O-V-A 58 steel, also known as MV, I think, 58 steel. I don't know much about that steel at all, honestly, hardly anything. But I do know that it does not take bluing, so I don't know what they had on there, but kind of polished it off a little bit. And it took me forever to kind of still working on the blade. The edge, if I can get this to focus here. Oh, here's focus. Wow. Yeah, I'm using a new camera app because I was having trouble with mine. And I don't know what I'm doing on it. So I figured out how to focus now, though, so that's cool. Okay, so you can see this etching, or these grooves or whatever. And like the strange shapes. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it looks like something I did, but it's not. That's the way it was. It's like wavy, you know. But it's very crisp. It has a great spine on it. It does fantastic with a ferro rod. It's got the jimping. I didn't do that. That was already there. The blade itself was a little, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It's fucked up down here. Sorry. It was messed up down here. It's still a little messed up down here. Man, my focus. I'm terrible at this. But you can kind of see. I've been working on it for like 2 days, trying to get it right with just, you know, a stone and whatnot. But I've had to take a file it down to where it's basically a normal blade shape because it was weird. But I like the knife. I talk shit, but I like the knife. It's I don't know what it is about it. I dig it. It feels really good. It's very stout feeling. It's got a super thick spine. I don't know. I haven't measured it. If you go back, well, I haven't posted that review yet. So when I post the review, you can go back and watch it and find out how thick that spine is. It's pretty thick though. It's 4 millimeters if I remember, something like that. But yeah, this thing will, you know, it'll slice paper and stuff. As I've got it now, and I really like it. Big fan of this thing. Got big plans. So I made a sheath for it. Out of some more Kydex I had, and put an old, gun holster clip on it. But let's see. Yeah, it locks in and everything. Super tight. It's super cold out here too, so everything seems to be tighter than normal, I've noticed. Okay, next. This one I've already done a review on. This is the Holtzman Gorilla. Holtzman Gorilla. Alright, I'm going to bring it down here where my light is. Oh, my back's killing me too. Hunching over like this. Anyway. Thank you, focus. Okay, you see the little gorilla. D2 steel. It's an awesome little neck knife that I've turned into a little hip carry. As you can see, I put one of those cards on it too. These are actually from Nate Holtzman, Holtzman Gorilla, Holtzman Gorilla Survival. That's what it's called. Good guy that owns it. Small company, family owned, or I guess he owns it. He has a family, so that's what they call family owned. But yeah, I love this knife. It was a little heavy as a neck knife, honestly. I've got some smaller ones that I prefer, so I did this to it. But it's got a great sheath. If I can. No, I got it backwards. I was like, what the heck? Talk shit about how great it was. It was a paracord, like skeletonized paracord knife. Had a different kind of paracord wrap on it. I did this wrap with a survival cord. That's with the fire starter and the fishing line and whatnot. And this thing is kind of like that is very similar to this knife, looks like. And it's got the fishing hooks and all that, arrowheads, and then it comes with the ferro rod, which I have in my review. I did start a fire with that whole thing, and actually the other one that I'm about to show you, I started the fire with it too. But yeah, and then I put this clip on it that I really like. It's got some rubber grommets in there to give it some distance. But I'm super happy about this, and it does not snag. I mean, you can see how smooth it is. And actually, I'm going to zoom in here. You can't really tell. Yeah, you can a little bit. I put a magnet. That's all on a magnet, just in case any of those break loose, or if I do want to use them, throw it back on there. But yeah, I dig that. And so, that brings me to the last one for this video. This little bad boy. I've got a review. I'm editing on this, and I love this little knife. This is going to be my EDC, I do believe. As far as, well, you know what EDC means, people. I'm an idiot. Okay, so this sheath is also awesome. It has this clip I put on it, but man, it came with a bunch of clips. It came with that clip that's on that one, on my BPS knife. It came with a, about threw it for some reason. It came with a clip that stretched from here to here, the wire clip, or a spring clip. I don't know what you would call it. It's very thin steel clip, very thin, and it had one band come down through here and a little clip. I liked it, but I like this better. And it also came with a metal chain, neck knife style, paracord for the neck knife, and you can carry this scout style or hip carry or neck knife, as it comes from Holtzman. But this is an awesome little thing, and it is so freaking sharp, and I beat the crap out of it. It doesn't look like it at all. It looks like I don't even use it. But let's see if I can get it at my light. Let's get the focus on this edge. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this light up so y'all can see this. Sorry. It's got a lot of lint, ashes. These ashes are blowing all over everything. That's sitting out. Man, this thing is super freaking sharp. And I've beat this thing against rocks. It is rather, I'm going to say difficult. I'll go ahead and say it. To start a fire with these little ferro rods. It's not hard to start to get it to spark, but there's not a lot of distance that you get to travel. And you either blast your stuff everywhere. It's hard to do the pull away method with this little thing and get enough really going. But you can do it. But doing that, I rammed it against the rocks several times. I beat the crap out of this thing, and it looks great. It's held up great. I love this little knife. It's super comfortable. I mean, it's just an awesome little knife. And so I put this this one I got weird with it. It didn't fit right. I mean, it's kind of hard to make these fit because obviously they're not made. It's hard to do on camera or through the camera. They're obviously not made to do this, so they don't have the holes or whatever to install them. So I kind of winged it. This saw, it was from a different one. And what was it? It was from the one on that, part of the one on that. That's a section of that one. But it had this saw on it. And the holes lined up conveniently. So that was actually the first piece I did out of all these. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. I'm going to put that saw on there. And then I thought, what else I can fit on it? And so I've got all this stuff. And this is actually basically a whole card. It's kind of folded in half right here. So it's all jumbled up. But it's got arrowheads, hooks, little, I don't know, trap buckles, snare locks, all kinds of little stuff I'd like to play with out in the woods if I get some time. And then I covered it with Ranger bands because this one, it does have the magnet, but it's not, where I folded it in half, it's kind of springy. So I covered it with Ranger bands so I didn't get stabbed or nothing got snagged. Plus, Ranger bands are handy. And it's actually, I forgot to put that on there. This is a Allen wrench with a screwdriver, Phillips on the end. I thought, man, if I wanted to use that saw, how the hell am I going to get it off there? If I got my keys with me, I've got a little, or a multi-tool. But you never know. If I just got this knife, then how the hell am I going to get that off there? So I put that on there. Now I got a little screwdriver. But yeah, I'll dig this. I really like this knife. And so I did that to it, and I think that's it for the video. If you like this video, let me know. It's definitely different. No review, just me playing with stuff, because that's what I like to do, is tinker around. Sorry, I'm about to adjust this camera back. Okay, there we go. I like to play with stuff, mess with it, make it better if it's mine, and at least better for me, making me like it better. And so if you like this video, like and subscribe. Let me know, what you thought. If you didn't like it, let me know that too. Thumbs down. If you didn't stay to the end, then screw you. You're not here to hear it anyway. Thanks, guys. I'm out.